Yeah, how important is the current investor itself for the new investor in the next round? So, there are investors who like to invest after each other, and there are investors who not so much. So, how important do you think it is? Thank you again for the participation. Antti.
Kind of. I think, to me, maybe I would turn around. I agree roughly with the percentages, I think. But I would turn around the C. I think it's all about risk mitigation, what any investor is trying to do. And I think this business is very much about your background and your track record. And if you have an investor on board with good reputation / good track record, I think that's sort of more of a multiplicator, and other people might just jump. It might be sort of herding in a bad way, but it can be actually quite attractive. It's sort of a big name is somewhere on the cap table, but it can be tricky because even if someone has a big success, it's one success. So I think it gets very, very thin. So to have a really good name, and there was a HunBan round when we went with reputation, and we skipped a little bit with due diligence, and that wasn't that optimal. So we're learning from mistakes as well.
Petya?
For me, at least, and what I see in the market, having an investor with a bad reputation can kill your company in the long run. Good reputation can obviously help open some doors. You still have to work for the success yourself. So ultimately, no investor will make your business work out. Bad investors might mess you up in terms of blocking you or distracting you from what you're trying to do. They might also make your next round harder or impossible. So just don't team up with bad guys. So easy.
Enikő?
Yeah, and it depends what does the bad reputation mean. So it can mean that they have some failing company, or they have not a lot of success, or it can have a reputation that they are not really founder friendly, the terms what they offer, or they have too many tasks to do with them. So it depends if you can deal it, or you can prepare for some of not good things, and you can deal with it and say, yeah, but it could be a good project, or the other way is that it would kill the deal as well.
Maybe just very quickly that one evergreen topic is the investor with 70% in the company. That's not a reputation. It's just a plain automatic no. And there are some other points in the term sheet that may cause the same effect. So, and if there's no way to renegotiate, then it goes into the trash bin.
One more question now that you said that killing the deal. So did it ever happen to you that you actually killed the deal? As the current investor, and prohibiting a startup to accept a subsequent investment, and why and how did you handle the consequences if it happened?
Petya mentioned using a consultant, and there was one instance when they were involved. We went to a company that I'm actually good friends with, and the mistake I made was that I opened my mouth. And at some point I sort of let Lena do the talking, and that was from then on it went much better. So I mean he has much more experience with he's on day in and day out, or a company like that has been in that particular situation much more often than even I do have a couple of investments, but still they've been around more, and so that was earlier, not standing in the way, sometimes a good strategy.
Yeah, I don't think I ever messed up, but I don't know. We'll see. There has been situations where we discussed with the founder, and the founder decided that maybe this is not the investor I want to go to bed with. Maybe these are not the terms I want to take an investment with. There's also been mistakes in in the earlier years especially, but probably I'll make some more mistakes in the future. For example, taking a seed stage company to a Series A fund, and we presented, we did our best, and they said that, even if you 100 times multiply your money, it will still be too little for us to make a difference, so no. And the mistake was that we didn't consider that their average ticket size was 5 million euros and we asked for 150. So that happens.
Enikő?
About mistakes, yeah. Sometimes we feel that they really want to go to the market, and as I mentioned, we have to do it together. And sometimes we just heard back that they go to the market. We didn't even see maybe the business plan, and they wanted to talk to us as well. And the other part is when they try to deal with the new investor separately from us, especially in a deal when we also in the round. So we had an experience when the company just get a term sheet, and the half of money came from us, but we have never seen the term sheet, not the terms, not the valuation. So it seems like a bit tricky when we talk to the new investor that sounds cool, but maybe we should talk first.
Did it kill that deal in particular?
No, but we have to go back with the terms and valuation and everything. So it's kind of messy when you try to discuss it and say, yeah, it's a good company, you should come, but maybe the valuation is lower because we've seen that it needs too many things to do. So it's like you are in one. In this case, we have two hats. The first is that we are the earlier investor. The next one is we are the new investor as well, or the next investor as well. And in this case, maybe we have to go with the company as well. So do not make any mess that they do before, but try to make it clear that we also have some view of the company and their future.
Okay, and does it happen that the new investor calls you in private? I mean, and what are they asking?
Every time.
Okay, and what are they asking when the team is not there? What are the typical questions?
They want to understand the team, the founders, the business. They want to get my point of view on what I like about the company, what I find exciting. Obviously, they try to get what I'm worried about, which is a bit tricky because I'm, I have a different interest. But yeah, that every single time this sort of discussion happens. So whenever you go to an investor, they will reach out to your existing investor. They will find channels to communicate with your existing investor and fish around a little bit for information. And in this respect, it makes a lot of sense to be on good terms with your previous round investor.